fresh off Sean.
Give it to you last night, but you be alright. Give you two. Usually I give you what, 3? Right? 2 more than enough. Those minnows, yeah. How come you ain't come outside with me this morning? You getting scared of the cold? Nigga, you's a lizard. You supposed to come out in the cold. Come in here and hit that light. Stop being retarded. Niggas know you and come in and still got a problem because they wrong all the goddamn time. Makes no sense. Stupid ass niggas. Not my clan, my tribes. The other motherfuckers that need to stop being dumb. Take it to the brown bag. Juicing right here. I can fry these up. What's up, Baba? Is it good? Was it good? Well, it's about over. Thank goodness. It's about over. Real green Japanese green tea. Real shit. The real stuff. Not the Lipton bullshit. Not the Zionist made crap. That really doesn't benefit you at all. Grand morning, grand rising tribe. When I listen to this music, I think I'm back over in like Mallorca, Spain, or in Portugal or Brazil, like at certain party clubs that play this music, or Greece. There's certain places where they used to cater in the 80s and 90s. I don't know about now. But yeah, Mallorca, Spain, Palma, Spain. Even down in so-called, certain places in so-called South America, we know that's not the South, but you know. So I have no issue with that music, even though I still got my boys' music. I actually, on my little DJ thing on laptop last night, I didn't read because you had about 5 different brothers and sisters who went live, and I refused to go live during their period of time. TRU had an excellent one on, especially talking about my people in sports, my ancestors who came through the South Americas. Because I told you now, we're not from here. I'm not going to get into that, how we came, why, or whatever. It's just something long ago. Then I think drop, and there was 3 other people that I watched because Original Lone Wolf had a good one on. He's really informative, as I stated. Y'all should really pay attention. I'm gonna do a podcast and bring him on. We should really pay attention because we have all these. This is why I don't listen to a lot of Pelicans. There's no hate. I don't need division, but you create your own. And I'm gonna read something that might be poignant because I've been sharing it, and people were talking about it on TikTok. This girl, she's reading something, and somebody asked me on here because I shared it. Well, I've always had it. I had to dig for it on my laptop. And then I realized, no, I didn't have to. I had to go to Google Plus, and I forgot how to do it, but I was able to log into my Google Plus account. Okay, on here, I was able to log into my Google Plus account and pull all the PDFs, things that I kept. Scratch it, Bubba, scratch it. I gave him some catnip, y'all, so he's about to get real retarded. But anyway, right? So I said, you know what? I had this because I read a lot of things. I wouldn't be reading stuff like this, Secret Secretion. I wouldn't be. That right there, how do you think we got to here? And a number of other places with Margaret Negro Project and all these other things, and we're not nobody's Negro. When James Baldwin told you that, he knew the origin of the word. But most people have a hard time. And he consummated a relationship with the Black Power movement because it was the infrastructure being pushed by the fake-ass church, even though he knew it, because you got to remember the family he came from before he outed himself as homosexual, going to France and everything else, just like W.B. Du Bois and all this other with this new Renaissance narrative to dumb our people down. How do you think that I got these books? Talking about these frauds who are in positions they shouldn't even be in, but it's to control the narrative because our people stay asleep, arrogant, divided, and subjugated. When somebody says to me, James, you're ignorant, you're arrogant, and I'm like, well, in what way? What happened? What did I do? And if it's not based upon emotional feelings or their own subjugation of their mortal standing, I would hope that they would, not devalue me, but with appreciation of their heart and soul, express to me where I went wrong and what I did that was obscured. 9 times out of 10, when somebody went to tell me what it was all a fraction of fiction. It was an emotion that extrapolated on a feeling, that was extrapolated by a feeling to which they acted out, and then I was supposed to buy it. And so when I asked them, what did I do? And they really couldn't point nothing out other than, well, and I heard the drama and all the pain. And I'm like, I always would say, bro, as long as you're not trying to be antagonistic, bro, I didn't do that to you. And see, I would never sit there and play the same game because I know that the paradigm which a lot of us are infused, I've always seen it. And I would usually walk away, or I would invite a person to my backyard. I wouldn't sit there. There's nothing feminine about me. Not one inch. Any nigga tell them about your masculine and feminine energy, invite them to your backyard, not to the back door, because that's they probably want to go there. Invite them to the back door and let's see what you're feminine. Let's see how powerful you're feminine, because man, you're not feminine one way at all. There's feminine because it's feminine, and there's masculine because it's masculine. I'm going to read it to you verbatim, how I had wrote it down for my theses. Okay? So I was able to save it here, and it actually saved in the proper date, and that's at the very bottom of all my notes. And I was like, holy smack, my new notes. So some of these notes are actually from my college. I gotta go all the way down. There's a lot of shit in here. Make sure there ain't no doubles, no. Dead Sea Community and Qumran. What is Jabal Beth? Am I a Negro or slave? Translation. Absence, absentia, nescience, neshon, absence of knowledge. God, dog, I got so much stuff in here. 18 USC 2071, or Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1, blah, blah, Buddha considers. I know it's in here. It's not the very bottom last one. It's about out of the 10 of the, there's hundreds of them on here, guys. Okay. Department of VA, Government Heritage, Crayon, Color, and Institution, and Annotated, Article 1, Legislative Branch. I know y'all see me reading out of a book, and y'all don't get it. I've been doing this for, and you can see, 2014. I've been doing this for a long time, people. Law school. All right. I just don't like throwing in people's faces because it doesn't make me no better, no less. Well, here we go. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Arthur Unknown. Is it really? It is steeped in a conclusive ideology of many of the so-called quotes you see running around today, whether it's George Orwell or, well, whomever. It's a plethora. Okay. A lot of you may not accept the reasoning why you're in the state you are. Okay. Let me take a sip of this green tea because you're supposed to drink it within the first like 5-10 minutes. Oh my goodness. My apologies, but this is delicious. Oh my goodness. No, not just green. That's the best green tea I have in the world. Oh, well, let me sip. Ain't nothing like Japanese green tea. I don't care what anybody says. Or monk green tea. Oh my goodness. Anyway, when I was on YouTube, let's just an example. When I was on Facebook and I was correcting people and putting out certain things, and I remember my brother coming to me talking about my DNA. He was trying to reach out, but in a very narcissistic way. See, he's young. He's and it doesn't matter about serving in no military, army, and all that stuff you're doing. The people you surround yourself with, you know. When you assimilate to something outside of what your truth is, and you've acquiesced it because you've allowed your talents, but you believe your talents is based upon the people you serve. No, man, that's not how it works. Your talents are within you, no matter where you're at. I know people who have been locked up for 20, 25 years that got out, and their talents, they just actually got deeper, regardless of having to shank somebody or tell somebody you're not getting my booty, you know, booty bandit, or, you know, whatever it may have been, right? Because I've talked to quite a few people I've known who were locked up, you know, a partial to life, 25 to life, and they did like 15 or 20, right? And they still get down, be like, "Yo, Red, you still got your clarinet?" And I ain't changed the reed, I ain't got no new reeds, I haven't playing that thing in a long time. What about your tuna sax, bro? I haven't played that. I probably tripped a fake light fantastic, you know. Getting on the drums, I haven't played a drum. Oh, you know what? Nathan's kid had a drum. The electric one. I went in there and jammed, had a little jam session about 8 years ago. I think it was Nathan. Was it Nathan? And I was getting my little dribble, you know, getting my little, you know, hitting the highs and the low, you know. Anyway, and it felt good. But the talents, your talents are your talents. If you think that you know, we have melanated women right now who believe they got to sleep with a pale skin to make an accepted or a beautiful child because in their mental, their aptitude is gone. Doesn't mean that they don't have skills. It don't mean that they're not intelligent or smart per se. You know, smart and the term smart and intelligence, how it's used today, is to actually destroy a people. That means that you could put certain people over other people, and it's never meant to be like we're supposed to be on one paradigm. Everybody has a different, you know what I'm saying, requirement in life to provide for everybody to mitigate together. And there's not just one, there's millions of these groups, millions of these talents, and it's so that way we can be lucrative for the new life that's coming in. So I'm going to read it to you because, like I said, I have the whole thing here. I didn't search it on my internet. It's just not what it is. This is, like I said, the date and everything is very old. But I put author unknown because at the time it was a statement that was clearly it was a professor that mentioned this, and we were going over Stalin. This is why I'm so well versed in Karl Marx and the fact that he really wasn't pushing communism. It's his wife and his cousin that did. He had a detest for it. He didn't like it. He saw the way of the old world being destroyed, and Stalin was a pervert. And we have a lot of those. You don't get it. He didn't come to power because he figured it would. No, it was a time when they looked for the most sadist individual to get rid of the old world, the vanguard, and to change it. That's why all those people were murdered. That's why you had what happened in Germany. They actually were part of it, but they actually attempted to stop some things too. So there was an internal battle, which was once here. When they killed Lincoln, our brother, not no fake pale skin. We know who he is. We laid it out. I put it up on all these different platforms, and people said you're crazy. I said, all right, he was a fur trader. He was from Europe. He's not, by New York, and it's that another. That's not. I said that is not Lincoln. Now you have people who have put up videos in the last few years that are allocating people to this reality. What I'm going to read, because you listened, don't mean that you heard. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to take my time, so that way you don't have and I really was attempting to save this because there's a lot of material you have to get through. There's puzzle pieces you still have to put together to allow yourself to acquiesce your reality. It's the reality you're living. Every one of you is not your reality. I was outside, guys. That's why you see me like this. It was pretty cool. I grounded in shorts and a tank top, and then people see me come out there after I take a nice cold shower, and they're like, this nigga's turtlenecked up and walking around. You can see it on their face, like, he was just out there butt naked, grounding for about 30 minutes. Feet, look, and I like the cold. I couldn't even feel the bottom of my feet, y'all, but I felt powerful. Anyway, let me go ahead and read this. Now I'm bragging. Let me stop that. I hope you grounded, though. I really do. Author unknown. We're just going to take it from the top. The best way to gain control of the most intelligent, I want you to really pay attention. The most intelligent, the best way now, doesn't mean it's the only way. The best way to gain control of the most intelligent, powerful species on the planet. We know it's not a planet, but we know what planet means: extraterrestrial and plane. Simple as that. It is. Would be to completely divide them from the love within themselves. If I have no love within myself, how can I extrapolate a love with you? And with love, but I can pervert the form of love and give you 42nd Street, the midnight crush hour and glory holes and all kind of other sadist thing and million and billionaire parties, like, that piece of excrement called Oprah Winfrey and a number of other individuals. I can give you that. Right? Anyway, as soon as they are old enough to be, why do you see, I've been telling y'all the most powerful weapons is time and patience. The most important tool that you have is love. And 99.99.9999% of you motherfuckers don't have no real love. As soon as they are old enough to begin creating, we know 3 and 4 years old, right? Creating an understanding of who they are, force them into a system that teaches them that it is wrong to be yourself. This is what Rockefeller utilized in all of them. All right. A system that teaches them that it is wrong to be yourself. if yourself is different from what is accepted as normal. So what's the foundation of normal? Well, we know that Hollywood, by the fake Zion, the fake Jews, the fake Zionists, because they're not nothing about Zion, they made everything, they whitewashed everything. They want everybody to believe Egypt was this pale skin thing, Charleston Hester and, Liz Teller, Elizabeth Teller, and all this nonsense, okay? That Noah, as far as the scripture, it shows that people didn't read, was albino. But he was like, Jesus had hair like as white as wool and snow. And that's not a verbatim meaning like straight or nappy, because you had an idiot come along trying to show a straight haired, you couldn't make this up, goat. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. It's not. When you do research, you come across some pretty weird things over the last, 2 centuries. The manipulation of beast and animal has been an ongoing onslaught since the first century of war, okay? And most people won't accept that. It's like somebody shared something with me, and I said, I don't need to see that from 432 drop from my brother, talking about cats. I says, man, that's old world knowledge. That's old. That's nothing new. A cat is more, not in the marsupial, because you know that mouses and rats have round eyes. I said, but what gets me is we love Mama Turtle. What is the turtle eyes like? How many different turtles are there? Well, yes, the cat is more in the family of iguanas, lizards, and all that. But at the same time, as a chameleon. But also a distant relative of the big cat. I said, and what does it matter? See, people want to look at things with obscurity because they don't want to see the basic function of the greatness of the world, which is more out there, and the greatness that you are. This is the dividend of divide and conquer. Let me finish reading. So, if yourself is different from what is accepted as normal, right? Confuse them about their own biological makeup so that they think that permanently altering their body is the answer to happiness. This is not new. This is the format to which you're seeing played out. Confuse them about their own biological makeup. That's what your goddamn teachers, Hollywood, they've been doing that since what you call it, more the cartoons. Don't you dare. Just because of the box. You see them nails, don't mean you mess with it. Confuse them about their own biological makeup so that they think that permanently altering their body is the answer to happiness. Y'all seen it on The Family Guy. You seen it on American Dad, with the alien gay and all that. And it's very in your face. And they would say, well, we have adult Comedy Central. Like, no, the children watch this stuff, get out of there. And that is how you sway them. And then think about Tinkerbell and Peter Pan. These are mythological beasts, not wonderful, beautiful creatures. But are they mythological? Because see, the way it's playing out, people are assimilating to that. And yes, Michael Jackson was wonderful, but he got caught up in the nonsense as well. And when he attempted to break free, and people seem to have a problem with people wanting to break free from certain things. I say that if you were groomed to being pedophile, you're paying attention, right? Doesn't mean that's what you wanted. You have been made to believe that is normal. But then when you realize that there's nothing normal about it, you remove yourself, and there are thousands of people telling the story, and the media is hiding a lot of that. Let's go on. Again, I'm going to read that again for the people in the crowd that come across, because the little rainbow flag, I don't care about any of those who don't want to make themselves better because they're capable, 100%. But confuse them about their own biological makeup so that they think that permanently altering their body is the answer to happiness. The majority of them are changing back, and there's been plenty who are committing suicide. The system doesn't care. Require their daily attendance at an institution that makes them focus only on the information that is provided. I see that we're not going to buy all the rest of the books, so whenever you could donate, then so be it. I've got my stacks upstairs, and when you're ready, I'm paying more than any of you put together, so I don't see what the issue is. More books, yes. Listen to this. Make them attend. I'm gonna read that again because I know some of you talking about I gotta go drop my baby off to school. You fucked up. You know that, right? Require their daily attendance at an institution that makes them focus only on the information that is provided. You see that in your families, your immediate families, and you see it how it's playing out in your extended. Make them attend that institution from age 5, it's actually 3 and 4, until an adult, and repeatedly test them on the information so that it becomes their truth. Give them an explanation. So y'all think that I made it through school. I'm so smart. I'm smarter than Andy and Jane. No, you're not. First of all, what does smart mean? We'll get into that. Give them an explanation to listen to this. Give them an explanation to everything so that they never have a chance to make their own assumptions of the world. That means you will not articulate in a form that is beneficial as picking up a book and being instructive of self. Well, there's a lot of books that are very intrusive, and we know that a lot of people lie because you got to remember the politics that are going on. But it still doesn't mean that you can't incite a riot in here. Just happened to the other hemisphere. They've blocked you to a certain particular part of your brain that metastasizes, a new growth of ignorance, ununiformity. You have to access and you have to magnify. You have to metastasize another part. You have to allow that part back here with the cerebellum and, the frontal lobe. You have to allow yourself to be able to reach back into the dynastic equivalent of your truth, to be able to hear, to be able to acquiesce, to know what you're really capable of. Scold them. Scold them and humiliate them if they suggest an opinion that opposes that of their authorities. So when they're censoring and this fake fact checking, that seems to be a lot of Hindus when you hear voices. They're full of a lot of excrement. But this is what happens. It's not hate, but this is what happens when they have been well groomed to be just as ignorant and to believe in the obscure bylines of the lies they've accepted or have assimilated to in the purgatory of the deception laid upon you. Keep reminding them of how cruel their ancestors were to each other in the past, unto which they were not, and broadcast how cruel they are to each other in the present only. What does that feed? What kind of fuel is that? So if I sit there saying, well, over here, we have lead free, and we have premium, and we have diesel, and your vehicle runs on what, sir or ma'am? Premium? Well, I'm going to pump diesel in your tank, but I'm not going to tell you. Let's see how well you get down the road. Convince them that their species used to be that of an incognizant wild. Convince them that their species used to be that of an incognizant wild animal. So make them believe they come from some goddamn monkey or some Neanderthal. Now, I'm not saying a form of another individual on this plateau didn't exist. I believe that they were dominionized and then subjugated. You need to understand that you're not the only one here. You're not. Don't get caught up in the mithra of their ingenious. Just don't. Oh boy. Make them think their very existence is so incredibly random that they lack purpose. I keep telling you, it's not. And struggle to make sense of a creator. You are here because you requested to be here. Tell them that their kind is as smart as they've ever. Listen to this. Tell them that their kind is as smart as they've ever been, so that they don't question the integrity of the system that they're in. That goes back up into give them an explanation to everything so that they never have a chance to make their own assumptions, and scold them and humiliate them. It keeps you locked in. Boot camp. Get them racks back. I'll do another push-up. I'm committing suicide in this goddamn boot camp. I'm just saying, discouraged by encouraging another way. And as you know, confuse them about their own biological makeup and require their daily attendance at an institution. So institutionalize the majority of you are. Again, make them think their very existence is so incredibly random that they lack purpose and struggle to make sense of a creator. Tell them that their kind is as smart as they've ever been so that they don't question the integrity of the system that they're in. Institutionalized in a system? You look up the terminology of those, okay? Provide them with idols with artificial beauty and use them as examples of what it is to look perfect so that they are never, look, I get a booty with some cellulite, I'm kissing every granular part of that opening in them cellulite. Oh my goodness. Because what? That's my baby girl's ass. I don't give a flying. Look, you got crow from the stress and the onslaught of toxins and poisons. Some of you can beat it, but the majority, you're going to get this from the stress of the lie you are a dividend in. And if you have no appreciation of the reality of the situation, then your oppression is the benefactor. And so therefore you will remain oppressed and part of the system of the institution that correlates your enslavement. And let me read that again. Provide them with idols, with artificial American Idol. Anybody watching that, you're a fucking retard. Anyway, provide them with idols with artificial beauty. I didn't have to say fuck. Sorry about that. I know some of you are timid. Acquiesce, that means this. Provide them with idols with artificial beauty and use them as examples of what it is to look perfect so that they are never content with their own appearance and can't help but to compare themselves amongst each other. Competition is no good. It is a lie. It is actually very irrelevant. Big Pontiac shows you on sport that they lie. I have people that played in the NFL in my family and all. I play sports. And let me tell you something, when it's about this, I remember the old Italian guys and Negroes, the old real mafia guys, sitting around, and we knew that we had to throw a game. We didn't know the logistics of it, but it was fun to get out there and play with our buddies on the other b-ball team or baseball or basketball, whatever, or f-ball. Institutionalized. Made upon graven images. Idols. To follow along. To imitate. When you're supposed to be your own greatest, or your greatest existence. Create addictive digital platforms that rank them by numbers. Remember I told you all about Logbook? And everybody's like, what is Redfoot talking about? Home in the show, but what is Mr. Lucifer speaking about? Create an addictive platform, digital platforms that rank them by numbers so that they base their self-worth off of the amount of followers that they have and are never satisfied with. I said, look, if I get 3,500, and that shows you that these monkeys are stupid, I would tell the greatest story that you probably ever heard. But they're too stupid because they don't even know the fucking story. They are dumb. And I'm proving it. And I'm not saying that with hate. I'm saying that because they're the aficionado of the system of institutionalization, and they are nothing but mirror images of monkeys that never existed. Because even the monkeys are smart. They know how to get out the rain, and they like into the monkey sutra of sex, and they have their own things that quantify and qualify them in their own environment, to which we cage them in zoos because you're caged in a zoo. Build a society around them in which those who have money benefit and those who don't fail. Well, it seems like I've met enough people without money who seem wiser than those who have. And those who had, who get to a place where they don't have, and they have to numb themselves because they were never equipped to be without. not knowing that they have been without all that time of their life. Make money their main focus, but make it so difficult to accumulate that they remain in a place of constant struggle, forced to dedicate the majority of their time to the system that made it that way. So if you get a loan and they pop you up at 120, 30%, and your credit is good, they actually, just whatever you get is already paid off. They're making you pay twice on the very money you took out from your own trust. And because they're corrupt in this government and everything else, they're not going to like how things end. Because if the government was smart, and if the people who are listening, who control the government, who don't see these videos are smart, they'd be like, yo, go free that shit up, give them that shit back. We're going to put the gold and what you call back on it. But because you got Charles Schwab and individuals like that, little worthless peons, little scavengers, little pieces of excrement, and you think that fake ass king is somebody because they got soldiers who are too stupid to realize how powerful they are without weapons? I'm gonna let that be. You have to tap into that. Really? You have more than enough information. Anyway, make money their main focus, but make it so difficult to accumulate that they remain in a place of constant struggle, forced to dedicate the majority of their time to the system that made it this way. Tax them in every way possible, but tell them that it's for their own benefit so that they don't think twice about paying it. Ratifying our Constitution when it was never about motherfucking taxes or any of that. But that's what they taught everybody when they was in the institution. We fought against the crown. Taxation without representation. Boston, Massachusetts, right? Take so much of their time and energy. Look at this. Take so much of their time and energy throughout the week, but give them 2 days to themselves so they feel a sense of reward and don't fight back. And then where do you go? Remember the other week when I was saying, oh, I gotta go back to work. You gotta go back to slaving. And you had them 2 days because y'all get to the hump day. That don't make no sense. I'm on hump day. You're getting excited for Friday, so that way you can party. And they be the most religious motherfucker saying that. And I be looking at them like, oh my goodness, heaven to Murgatroyd. Let me help you out. Individual said to me the other day, young cat, says, Red, I watch your videos. You're getting a little. I says, wait, no, hold on. Let me express something to you. I says, 364 fucking days. That's further normal what you think a day is. Of 13 fucking months, one of them missing. Okay? 5 fucking seasons, one of them missing. And I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. He's like, because he's conflicted right now. Okay? I said, in that 7 goddamn day in that one fucking intrusive week, in that 24 fucking hour period of each one of them fucking days, and I'm not going to acquiesce and break down those minutes. This is mine, motherfucker. It ain't yours. You need to worry about the one you fucking wearing. Because I've had this motherfucker all that time. Over 50 fucking 7 years, nigga. Of these made up intrusive years. He's like, yo, man, I said, no, you didn't think. Because you're thinking how these people think. Or how they made you think. Free yourself, brother, I love you. And that's what I said to him. He didn't think it was serious. It's not about it being serious. The serious issue is that you're looking outside of yourself. I said, for my age and looking at you, I look better than you. But that's not a competition. I says, you need to get that together. And I'm saying it because I don't even think like that. Now I've just hit your feelings and emotions. I'm in control of you. Let's see how easy it is to control you. Anyway, again, take so much of their time and energy throughout the week, but give them 2 days to themselves so they feel a sense of reward and don't fight back. Promote the consumption of poison in every social setting so that even on those 2 days, they remain disconnected from themselves and each other. You know, drinking your ass off. We've all done it. Doing your drugs, smoking your genetically modified weeds and stuff, because, you know, it's hard to find really good stuff, right? Everything's lied about. Because it's about this, and it's not about love. Because if it was about love, these motherfuckers out there be out there really. Jim Belushi, I mean, what's his name? John Belushi. Jim Belushi is the only one really attempting to grow some really good shit for you. But they even attempting to hide him. Pump their food with excess sugar and addictive chemicals, but make it cheap. Somebody asked me about this yesterday. I says, no, liposomal. I says, you have this form of liposol, which is synthetic. Liposomal is more based on resveratrol. There are, like I said, everything that says organic, this petroleum-based pills can come from a petroleum organically based substance. I says, you really need to learn some things, you know? So this right here, yeah, it can actually benefit you, but you can't live by that. You should probably go and get an apricot or grow an apricot tree and consume enough. If you want vitamin C, get you some watermelon, get you some fruits, some oranges, some limes and lemons. But you got to be careful because, again, pump their food with excess sugars and addictive chemicals, but make it cheap. Advertise and easily accessible so that they never stop consuming it. Well, it has non-conducive but yet addictive chemicals. You see that. And then people want to sit up here like talking about Bill Gates, but all this land as if he can own it with a fiat because of your conditioning in this institution. He don't own shit. Just like original Lonewolf was stating in the video. The United States, this is not the United States, y'all. That's the District of Columbia. That's on that 40 miles, whatever the fuck. That's their own country in our country. As far as the narrative they painted. They don't write laws. And these so-called motherfucking mayors and all these magistrates and all these motherfuckers, they don't write laws. The supreme law is the Constitution, and you don't want to pay attention. You don't want to hear nothing because you've been groomed and you got a bunch of monkeys. Officer Tatum, that motherfucker's a monkey. So what, he's married to a pale skin? So he thinks he's a voice because he was a cop? Because he's making millions? He shows you that he's inadequate. I bet you his whole water system is better. So his skin, he's drinking better water than you, but he wants to make sure that you're drinking good water. He's a piece of excrement. There's a lot of people. Am I burgeoning? How you say it? Am I beating on him? Because no, I am putting him in his fucking place because he won't say nothing to me. Because I'll qualify and correct his punk ass like so many others because he is part of what's broken. But do I love him? Of course I do. I don't hate the monkey. You can't hate the monkey that's caged in their mental aptitude of stupidity, and all the other ones like them running around worried about what they're going to do. What we look at what's going on in Chicago and all these other places because people are allowing it. Talking about we're going to take the guns. They don't listen to me. Unbeknownst to you, there are people walking around in the costume that never been jabbed. Aren't who you think they are. And because in hindsight, you're so goddamn blind. Like I said in the last few days, you're going to stay right where you are. Oh, well, you chose your dilemma with your fake cockiness. When their food makes them ill, prescribe them medication that only masks the symptoms so that they become dependent on it every day. Sounds like oxycodone. I'm not going to start naming all the pills. It might make some of you might get an itch, and I don't want to do that. Okay? Lithium. Pure poison of toxins that don't heal or cure. They got me on clonazepam. I was supposed to be on for 6 weeks. I'd have been fine. I'm not pumping that crap like I used to now. Of course not. But I know the damage that was done. So I have to make correlations. I have to make the correlation function for the correction to repair those things. It's just the body, y'all. You're bigger than your body. You're more than your name. All right. Stop saying wish my baby a birthday. Stop being stupid. Charge them so much money for healthcare so that they stay in a constant loop of consuming, medicating, and working, further destroying you. Cause chaos amongst them and blame it on a group of their own so that they form judgmental stereotypes, turn them against each other in so many ways so that even if they were to connect on one, they would still be divided by another. You must let go of everything. How many times did I say that? Author unknown. That's known. So those of you with an ego, those of you who feel some kind of way, can't hit the like, you come watching, you're surfing, you are institutionalized. You are corrupt. You are a product of them and not in a good form. Those of you who run around talking about your Satanists and Luciferians, then why aren't you not worshiping me? Why are you running around with these made up terms and you don't really know what they mean? Why is it that when I tell you everything is backwards, reverse, upside down, and inverted, you misconstrue it for something else? When every time you say you're Pisces, Cancer, and this, that, and the other, or Saturn or Uranus or planets and all this other stuff, you're giving energy to things that you know nothing about. Even mentioning the term gematria as a god. And instead of you being the gods you're supposed to be, you walk in the shadow and the remnant of yourself without knowing. When I asked y'all to donate for the books, and I'm blessed, and you are blissful for those who have, the rest of you sit up on this high piety as if I am attempting to rob you with these false perceptions of thought as scripted. This is a basic text, people, and you choose not to free yourself. In hindsight, y'all keep running around like you really think you know everything. You know, when I say alphabet agencies, this, that, and other, majority of them people, I don't give a flying fuck about any of them being sadists and good at killing or whatever they think they're good at. They're actually not, because if they was, they'd get rid of you in totality. But if that was the purpose, then they would get rid of themselves. But they don't really know this. It's not meant for them to know it. Everybody has a choice. And the majority of people continue to make the wrong choice. And they're going to continue to make the wrong choice. Anyway, it's 50 minutes of taking up your time. I'm about to go eat something. Let me finish this. Getting cool now. It's like 68 degrees in here. It was pretty warm. When we come back, it's going to be pretty soon here. We're going to read this. These are going to get read. And then after that, we got the other books here. And we're going to read quite a bit because, like I said, there's a lot of people that went live yesterday, and I just wasn't going to sit there. Y'all know y'all know that I usually go live around between 4 and 5 o'clock. I think most people know that. I'm not sporadic with mine, but that's okay. So I have no problem. I appreciate and I love watching other people's lives who I have a affinity for, who I actually love, respect. Okay. Let me shout you guys out. And it seems like y'all stopped typing there. What happened? Okay. Oh, Salah, what's going on, beloved? Rondo, yeah, I'm going to set up a podcast so I can have our brother, Original Lone Wolf, come on and break some things down. He has done some very, very good research, and y'all really, really need to pay attention, okay, to when I bring the brother on our tribe and let him break some things down. He's a character like me. So you're gonna like some of you, and you're gonna love it. Okay. Rondo, what's going on, Nav Kid? What's happening, beloveds? With along with what's going on, brother? I didn't know you was in there. I figured your ass probably working, man. It's new. Hey, baby. Herbo, what's up, beloved? APJR, Grand Ascension, beloved. What's happening? Got my boy Herbo up in here. What was up here? Original. Okay, all right. Everything on your body you was born with is all you need. Everything else is cosmetic. Bada boom, bada bang. Everything on and in your body that you was born with is all you need. The rest is mentally derived by an environment. Yet you can obscure yourself from the toxicities and poisons as best you can. And how do you do that? You change your home manifestation. The home manifestation. I'm not going to give all the tea on here. Sometimes I got to drink my tea and hold it. Y'all know what to do. But for balance, you have choices. If you come along or across anybody else doing what I'm doing, please invite them or share, let me know so that I may connect with them. Not the people talking Indian and old world. No, I was doing that when I was a youngling, before I even hit my teens, so-called teens. Even that term teens is, we'll mess with that. We'll let that be okay, all right? I'm not going to go that deep, all right? Some people might think it's a rabbit hole. It's not one you don't have to worry about. That teenage thing, that's a script for them to know when they're supposed to hit you with certain things. That's a timetable that you can figure it out for those who actually want to know something, all right? So I appreciate y'all coming in. Share this. You know I love y'all. You can donate. It ain't going to kill you. We're not going to make it this weekend, trust me. And my brothers, you're masculine. You're not Sigma, Alpha, and none of that shit. You are what masculine is. You are man. You're more than that, actually. You're immortal. Women, you are feminine. Okay? You are everything feminine. All right? You're trying to call me when I'm alive. Trust me. Okay? And that's it. There's no alpha or sigma or none of that. You're not some beast of some field or something. All right? You're the embodiment, not of confusion. You're not contrived for a contraceptive form of sorts. You're supposed to be the life and light bearer. As men, you're supposed to be the life creator and the functional part of it. How they really grafted y'all into this mixed up, mashed up world. Anywho, I'll see y'all here shortly.